Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an amazing video here on the Tom Origins YouTube channel. Today we are talking about something very exciting indeed. Okay, Bethesda, the big company behind Skyrim and Fallout, is making an Indiana Jones game. They have teased it. This is the teaser trailer, nothing exciting, no gameplay, no voice actor or anything like that. We don't know if Harrison Ford's going to be in it, reprising his role as Indiana Jones. We don't know if Shia LaBeouf is going to be in it. We don't know who's going to be in it, but it's going to be an interesting idea for a video game. I played the Lego Indiana Jones games. That's the only other Indiana Jones games I've ever played. But I can't wait to see what Bethesda, an amazing, huge company, it can possibly do. They're famous for their games like Skyrim and Fallout with their open world and their RPG elements. I'm really excited to see like what Indiana Jones could look like in a Fallout or a Skyrim sort of engine. And we can see like the little passport there with the Bethesda logo. There's lots of little teasers and Easter eggs. There's a Lucasfilms camera somewhere. There's a plane ticket there to Rome. Is that? I think it might be Rome. There's a compass and there's maps and there's all this cool stuff. And I don't know what this could entail. I would really like it if they did it like sort of a Fallout Skyrim combination where it's just you're indie and you're going around exploring all these different tombs and all these different places and all these different like bits of artifacts and like the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail and the Crystal Skull and all this really cool stuff that we've seen in the Indiana Jones movies. I wonder if there's any going to be like references and Easter eggs to the movies. I'm sure there will be. I wonder if Harrison Ford will have anything to do with it, or if Shia LaBeouf will come back and play a character in it. I don't know. It might be too big of a budget for those guys. But we recently heard that Bethesda were purchased by Microsoft and by Phil Spencer of Xbox, combining Xbox Studios with Bethesda games. Now, we know that not every Bethesda title is going to be an Xbox exclusive, but could Indiana Jones be the first Xbox exclusive Bethesda game? We'll have to wait and see. This is a Lucasfilm camera that we can see in the background, and I can't wait to see what this game could entail, how it's going to be played. Is it going to be like a point-and-click adventure game? Is it going to be like a third-person game, first-person game? We don't really know anything about it yet, but I love the Indiana Jones movies. I grew up watching them with my dad and my best friends, and we all watch these films and love them. They're a great bunch of films, and I guarantee you should recommend. I recommend them to you guys, and I guarantee you should go and watch them. The trailer ends with the hat being lifted off the table, getting placed onto the protagonist's head, and a shot of the bullwhip from the Indiana Jones movies that were all known and iconic for using. So I can't wait. It's going to be an amazing idea and an IP for this massively good company to come and use. I currently don't know if there is a set release date for the game. I want to know as soon as it comes out because I would like to play it as soon as it comes out. Bethesda games have always been interesting, apart from Fallout 76, but we're gonna hopefully hope and pray that Phil Spencer will push them in the better direction. Bethesda apparently are going to be releasing the new Skyrim games sometime soon, maybe this year, maybe the next year. It's kind of like the elusive GTA 6 sort of that we've been teased and promised for years, but the Skyrim title has not been set to release yet. But Bethesda Game Studios is an amazing company, and they do have some really good games under their belt. Hopefully with this new combination with Xbox, they're going to be accessible to a bunch of new features, a bunch of teams to help them develop this project and this IP. I don't know if this is a teaser that's saying that they're going to start production on the game. I don't know if they're actually produced the game and they're just teasing its release sometime soon. I think they will have made a big chunk of it by now because I don't think it would be worth teasing this early. Like, yeah, I think it's obviously a big crowd of people that are interested in Indiana Jones. But it's been a few years since we've had an Indiana Jones movie hit the screen, and we've heard rumours that there could be a rebranding with Chris Pratt at the helm. That'd be an interesting idea to watch and see if Chris Pratt could play that role. I think he could. After seeing him play Star-Lord and being Jurassic World and stuff, I think he could play a good Indy. Maybe a younger version of Indiana, and I think Harrison Ford might like that idea too. But I just don't know when this game's going to come. And I really love the Indiana Jones franchise and the brand. I really love all the different storylines they've got and all the possibilities. The idea that you can just have all these really cool historical like artifacts and different adventures and different locations. you're pretty limitless with your ability of where you can explore, where you can travel, what you can find, what you can collect, and what you can use for source material, because Indiana Jones is like a fictional, obviously, archaeologist who goes around and he finds these really cool historical artifacts, such as the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant and all that stuff. So I do think they're pretty limitless with their potential of what they could have at their disposal when it comes to making the game. I really hope that they think about it hardly and they really go over everything and really put a lot of effort in, because there's so much untapped potential in the franchise that the movies never get into. I think a Netflix show might have more chance to do it. Indiana Jones is probably better as a show format than a movie format, but I hope the video game format could be really interesting, and I hope we get to see the use of the bullwhip, all the combat elements. I'd be interested to see how they do the fighting. We see Indy throw some punches, we see some gun fights, so there'll be some gunplay there, maybe from Fallout, maybe some melee combat from Skyrim with the whip and everything. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's going to be like a skill tree. So normally Bethesda games do a lot of that, like with the skill tree elements and stuff, the sneaking around, the stealth, the multiple pathways in the conversations, how that's going to play out, who the antagonists are going to be. Are we going to meet any antagonists from the film, like Mola Ram from the second one? Are we, the vehicles, the range of travel and transport, is everything going to be fast travel or like walking around like in Skyrim? I don't really think that would be really fitting for Indiana Jones, but maybe horses. We've seen horses and tanks, planes, sheeps, all that sort of stuff. Quite modern. So I think it would be quite cool to see what time period they choose to go for Indiana Jones if we're going to play as a young Indiana. Probably. I think that's got the most potential. We can see some clues and references hidden away here in the trailer, but I want to really know your thoughts and feelings about this. If you're a kid who grew up with Indiana Jones, then let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you're excited for this game coming out. I definitely am. The moment I can pre-order it, I probably will. I hope it will be for a good price range and not be too pricey. Even if possible, it might be an Xbox game exclusive, so it might come to the Game Pass, maybe. I don't know. That might be a little bit too optimistic at this stage. But I do like the little clues and references and Easter eggs they've hidden around on the screen, so people will probably be doing a deep dive into this, reviewing all the different maps and journals and passports and books. But I love Indiana Jones. Like I say, the brand and the franchise is really interesting and entertaining. I definitely think it could lead itself quite well to a video game. Never thought about it at the time. It was just until I saw it now. It actually made me think, yeah, it could be a good game. And I think the potential for exploration, adventure, and good gameplay could work. Definitely do it as a single player. It's the first time I think I've ever probably said that, but Indiana Jones wouldn't really work as a multiplayer game. I don't think Bethesda have ever really done multiplayer games. I might be wrong, but the ones that I've played and enjoyed have always been single player stories. And I feel like that's what we're lacking on Xbox, especially at the minute. Some good single players. So make it a single player, make it entertaining, make it funny, because Indiana Jones is funny, so capture that humour, get the adventure and the discovery and exploration in there as well, with a good grip on combat and how we can have combat in the game and make it funny and comical. We see a gun, we see a whip, we see a camera, we see a hat. Could all these be parts of the characters' apparel and outfits and gear? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope Bethesda do a good job with it. I hope we don't get another Fallout 76. And I'm really looking forward to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. So like, comment, subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay awesome. Goodbye. And imagine a utopia. Darling, I'm just so fed up with. What does perfect even mean?